Tawab Yawam, Yasharala, Shalom. It's your brother Bayaka Allah, here to talk about remaining ripe in a rotten age. Wahasalakia, if I sound a little bit off in terms of my verbal communication. I just woke up right now, but I should be able to explain my points in this quick live lesson. So I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. I want to say Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, who we endure all things for. Shalom to all Akim, Wa Akwathim, who believe in Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. I say yet again, Shalom. So the title of this lesson is Ripe in a Rotten Age, because we all know, based on our day-to-day life, everything we see, everything we hear, the things that go on in Babylon the Great is all a reminder that we live in a rotten age. And what's rotten about this place? The morality, the way people conduct themselves, the fact that people don't care about Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. It's all about being a selfish, prideful abomination upon the earth. And shalom to brother Enos. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Brakatah, brother. Shalom, man. So rotten age is where America Babylon is. This whole world is rotten. It's disgusting. And there's a reason why the Lord has set up his entire society to be completely eviscerated out of existence, because it's completely destroyed morally, financially, socially, economically, and it's not getting any better. It's only going to get worse from here on out. And even people in the world can understand that. They know that there's an end to this society. They know that the dollar is crumbling. Its value has lost its power since 1913. It's not getting any better financially, morally. Look at these people. Look at how they act. Look at how they treat each other. They think they're untouchable because nothing has bad happened unto them. In Ecclesiastes chapter 7, it talks about that. Because judgment is not executed speedily in the heart of the sons of men, it's setting them to do wickedly. So just because nothing has happened immediately right then and there, or Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai hasn't sanctioned a judgment upon them immediately, it's in their heart to do wickedness, to transgress the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And that's how rotten this place is, Babylon the Great, and all across the earth. Because Babylon has spread its influence across all the nations upon the earth. But don't worry, at some point, Babylon is going to fall. And I'm going to talk about that right now. But let me get the scripture, which is like the main point about how perverse and disgusting and filthy and rotten Babylon the Great is. And the Lord is going to make you he's going to remind you that this is not a place for us to get very comfortable with, because this is not a place for us to continue into thinking that this is the end all be all for us, when it's not. This is the last place we want to remain comfortable in. And I'm speaking for myself. We don't want to get comfortable here. The Lord's going to remind you that shit is just everywhere, and this is not a place where you want to store up your riches at all. So let me stop talking and get the scripture. Hey, shalom to brother Mashak. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Brakatah, brother. Shalom, man. And Salaki, I just woke up, so I just woke up looking crazy. So I just said, you know what? Let me just do it like this. Shalom Zaquan, UK Seer, Dawada, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Brakatah, Elder. Shalom, man. Yeah, again, I just woke up, so I don't want to look crazy. So let's get Isaiah chapter 19 and verse. And Salakia, let me know if y'all could hear me. If y'all could hear me good, let me know, Wabakusha, before I continue on. I should have asked that earlier, but better late than never. Khan, the water, bro. Let's get it. Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 14. Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof. as a drunken man stareth in his vomit. It's a perverse spirit that's in Babylon the Great. This society is completely polluted. The people really think that this kind of society is supposed to go on forever. This is not normal. The way this life is set up in this current world, this is not normal. And shalom to New Jerusalem, 144 DA, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Brakatah, brother. Shalom, man. This is not the way the world works. This is not how righteousness in of itself it's supposed to be in this society. We've been duped, we've been bamboozled into thinking that all the abominations that walk to and fro all across Babylon the Great, that this is it. This is it, according to the certain abominations of a people living in this current society think. Yeah, this is it. This is the land of opportunity, as they used to say called Babylon. This is the land of the milk and honey, according to a lot of people. But that's slowly but surely, actually not even slowly, it's fastly approaching the true wickedness of this entire society. Just how morally decayed it's become over time. And it's not getting any better. Most people can actually see that Babylon is rotten. It's disgusting. It's perverse. Just the fact that we can see people committing idolatry, sodomy, adultery, and they get away with it, or at least they think they got away with it, especially our people, the nation of Israel. They think they could just get away with all this disgusting transgression of the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and nothing bad is going to happen to them. Ooh, the Lord is going to be, he's going to get y'all real good, because the fact that you think you got away with all the abominable things that you've done, that the Lord is not going to touch you. No, he's telling everything that you're doing, and he wants to make sure that you're so prideful, that you're so arrogant, that you think you're untouchable, when that's when the Lord is going to sweep down very quickly and very fast, and he's going to do a gruesome, terrible death upon you because you thought you got away with all the disgusting things you've done in this current life. Brother said, Mashak, I made an image earlier. He looked exactly like you. It's up on the page. I thought about you when he came up, and I said, that's hey, that's beautiful, bro. That's what's up, bro. Yeah, those images were very nice, bro. I like them. Keep it up, bro. Shout out to New Jerusalem 144 DA. Again, let me read it one more time. Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof. Because this is not just the land of Babylon. This is also the land of Egypt. And let's just prove that real quick. Let's get the book of Revelations, chapter 11 and verse 8. Because this is a very mixed up kingdom, which really we shouldn't call it a kingdom. It's a queendom. This society cannot be called a kingdom, respectfully. Revelation chapter 11 verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Adonai was crucified. And we know why it's called Sodom, because it's heavily promoted all throughout the Western world. And let me just say this. Everyone that wants to say the Western world, whether it's within the circumcision or whether it's outside the circumcision, what they're talking about is Edomites. They talk about Edomites' world, their societies, or what most people call the so-called white man's societies. When people say Western world, that's what they really mean. I don't know why they're too scared to just say it, but we got to say it. Because this society is just full of lies, deception, deceit. People scared to say, oh, it's the white man's fault that shit is happening that's all across the earth. All the wickedness, all the transgression. Yeah, it's all because of them, but they're too scared to say it. Especially got those Candace Owens of society. Damn, she's so in love with Edomites. She can't even say that. It's Edomites that are the problem. It's Edomites that rule the society. It's Edomites that are responsible for all the wickedness that happens upon this earth. But she wants to be a master. She wants to say, oh, it's the government's problem. Oh, it's the government's problem. Well, who runs the government, you idiot? Right now, in this current world, Esau has a stronghold all across the earth, but you don't want to say it because you don't want to offend the Edomites. But Salaki, let me not talk too much. Let me stop. Because I could get really rowdy up about this shit, because it pisses me off when you see our own people just being a complete dirtbag against their own people. And then they want to uplift the other nations, especially the same nation who called you a black person. Now you accepted that. You just completely accepted that you're a black person, bro. That's crazy. That's not normal. When you look at your skin, it's not black, it's brown. But you've been bamboozled. You've been taught into believing that you are literally a black person. The nerve of our people, man, in this world. This is just one of the many reasons why the Lord has to come back and eviscerate a lot of you prideful people out here, especially what y'all did to our people. Get the hell out of here thinking y'all just got away with it. Let me get this from the brother. Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city, and this is a very bloody city. People always want to talk about, oh, America is founded on life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, blah, blah, blah. No, it's not. You just want to sweep under the rug everything that's ever happened to Gad, Reuben, Judah, and all the various tribes all across the Americas, not just in Babylon the Great, but all across the Americas is one very bloody city. Very bloody. It is all full of lies and robbery, exactly full of lies, what they've told us, what our people are, calling us black, a Hispanic, a property of Spain, a Native American, trying to call us a savage, full of lies, calling us everything but the nation of Israel. Once we start calling ourselves of the nation of Israel, oh, that's a problem. Or you could call yourself a Muslim. You could call yourself being part of the Judists, or part of Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism. All of those are okay in this society. But when you call yourself a Hebrew Israelite, oh no, that's a problem. Oh, you with that cult stuff? No. I'm not part of no cult. I'm coming back to who I am as a Hebrew Israelite. That's what it is. And I've been duped and bamboozled by your very own people, which are the heathen, into thinking that we're just these average peons like you are. Nah, I'm of the nation of Israel. I'm great. I'm better than you. I know I'm better than you. I'm great. You're a heathen. When I look at you, I know you're a heathen. And that's when you come back to your remembrance. You come back into having that life force again inside you, being a Hebrew Israelite. The prey departeth not. Exactly. Our people, they just easily praise out here, easily have accepted lies, easily have been bamboozled. They just can't see it. And that's why the Lord has justified in having you all completely destroyed, because y'all just not going to get it either. Y'all just accept things for what they are now. And I can speak for myself, and I'm pretty sure you brothers can attest to it. But I questioned everything when I was out in the world. I knew that there was something off about this current world. There's something not right. I don't know what it is in my spirit, but there's just something off about this current world. I don't know what it is, but I know there's something there. I can't explain it. I can't verbalize it, but there's something in the air that's just simply not right. And what happened was, when you finally observed being a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American, or if you identify yourself with our ancestors from a different nation, or you live in a different country and you stumble upon the information about the Hebrew Israelites, everything made sense then and there, man. Everything made perfect sense. And that's why it's so imperative to continue to fight for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Because this is not our society. This society is completely plagued. This is literally not our rest at all. Micah 2:10 says that. We can't get comfortable. And I'm speaking for myself as well. I'm not just speaking to the choir, man, because I got to take my own advice. There's one that profiteth other people, but to himself, he's not profitable. I got to speak for myself as well. This is a land that is destitute, it's disgusting, it's abominable, and it's only going to get worse. And we got to continue to chant down Salakia and sing the destruction of Babylon, and it's going to happen. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 26. Many seek the ruler's favor, but every man's judgment coming from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Yeah, the average person in the world, they can't attest, or they can't understand that the Lord is responsible for all the judgments that happens on this earth. Babylon the Great is going to have the greatest judgment, the greatest barbecue, the greatest fireworks that everybody loves so much, yeah, it's going to happen upon Babylon the Great. And only a small group of people are going to get saved from what's to come. Khan, that's right. Is that the view from Brooklyn? Nah, this is the Lower East Side. This is Lower Manhattan, bro. Brooklyn is right over here. Let me show you. It's like right over here. This is Brooklyn. And this is just the Lower East Side. So I'm basically just facing Upper Manhattan. I can see my altar from here too. I could barely see it, but there's a lot of buildings though. There's too many buildings kind of far, but yeah, bro. Babylon needs to be destroyed, and we cannot find ourselves comfortable here. This society it has no right to exist. None. And as predators, and I wanted to use this analogy earlier, but we are the predators that's supposed to prey on this earth. We got to pray for the end of this world and prey on the earth until we can finally become that harvested, right, clean fruit that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua wants us to be. Because this society is not it. Every day I find myself realizing that the Lord is so right. He's so true, because there's nothing here for us. There's nothing out in this world. What can you possibly want from this current world? Khan, that's a good view of the last few days of the Big Apple from the 12th floor. LOL Yapad. Yeah, Khan, bro, the water, bro. Yeah, this is a great view. And I might just start doing something like this if I wake up early in the morning, not looking too crazy. I might just start doing it, but it's all good. Maybe not. I'll consider it. Let me get this in the book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai rather than men. And that's, you best believe that everyone in this current world outside the circumcision, they have a hatred for righteousness. They actually hate righteousness. They do not like Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. They want nothing to do with our God, our power. It's a problem for them. They have demons that you don't know what kind of demons they do have. They have the Christian demon, the Judaism demon. They have the Muslim demon. These people are out of whack with reality. They hate righteousness. That's why you are to obey Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which is a complete embodiment of righteousness. And these people and their belief systems, their philosophical beliefs, all their trash, because that's what it is all demonic, it's evil, it's grotesque. It's all the false way, just like King David said. King David said, I hate every false way. He said that himself. He understood that Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai, is complete righteousness, is the truth, the way, and the life. They understood that. James chapter 4 and verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Yahweh? Exactly. We can't be friends with the people in this society. Now, let me say this. You can become friends with certain people, call them acquaintances, because, you know, worldly affairs, so to speak, at your job site, at your school, whatever you're doing on a day-to-day basis. You can be acquaintances with them, but you can never truly be friends with them because they don't know Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Did they keep the Passover? Did they keep the Day of Atonement? Did they keep any of the feast days of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai? How can we be friends or acquaintances with them? It's impossible. So if you're friends with them, you're making yourself a target, an easy target for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Now that is, of course, if you're fully invested in the society, you find yourself just completely engrossed with the philosophies and the beliefs of this current world, which is all wickedness, and it's all going to be completely eviscerated at some point in the near future. And to find yourself really infatuated with the society, especially knowing it's going to get destroyed, knowing it's going to get worse, it's not going to get any better, you're only going to make yourself a target for the Lord, no matter what. Whosoever, therefore, will be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, easily. And you don't want to put yourself there. There's no reason to put yourself in that kind of situation. Sirach chapter 5, it talks about don't start allowing yourself thinking you could just sin and get away with it and the Lord not see it. The Lord's going to literally take all the tallies of sins that you've done, and he's going to weigh it out, and he's going to figure out the kind of judgments you're going to go through. You know what? Since I'm on it, let me get it real quick. Salaki, I don't want to butcher it. Sirach chapter 5. Hey, and it's a feast day right now. The Water Brothers for the precepts. I really appreciate it. The Water Brothers. It's a feast day. It's a complete feast, a complete spiritual feast going on here. The Wadi Halba Shimei Shai. Sirach chapter 5, verse 5. Concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin. Don't be feared. Don't be fearless into thinking you're going to just get away adding sin into sin. Are you crazy? You're nuts. Let's keep going. And say not, his mercy is great. He will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners. Mercy and wrath come from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He can have mercy on your life, or he can be a very cruel, terrible, demon-like power that Allah showed you from the ancient world, which he still is to this day. And he can show you why he's the king of terrors. And that's actually what makes me afraid of the Lord, knowing all the judgments he's ever done on this earth, and that people have always given him his due respect. You have to put respect on his name. Think about it. He's the one that flooded the earth, destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. He's the one responsible for bringing down kingdoms and then uplifting new kingdoms, because he uses spirits on this earth to do his bidding. He's the king of spirits. Why would you not want to be on his right side? Don't put yourself in a bad predicament. And I'm speaking for myself too. I'm not just speaking to the choir. I'm not just speaking, just to everybody just because I think I'm like this big mighty guy. No, I'm speaking for myself too. I'm not untouchable. The Lord can jack me up if he wants to. Let me make that clear. Let me read on. Make no tearing to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So in your security, when you thought you had it all figured out, when you thought that the Lord was not going to touch you, that he didn't see you, he just turned his whole head across with his hand on his head, and he didn't see anything you did. Now the Lord sees everything we do. Sirach 24:19 says that such a man only feareth the eyes of men, but knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times better than the sun. And this is why you got to remain ripe in a rotten age, because it's going to get more wicked. It's going to get worse. Read on. Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 31. Thou shalt not do so unto the Lord Yahweh, for every abomination to Yahweh which he hateth have they done unto their gods. Yeah, they sacrifice their idols unto their gods. They've shown reverence to the other gods, but the other gods are nations. Of the nations are idols. They're powerless. They have no authority. The only authority they have is if the Lord puts the spirit on those men to create those idols, only to get destroyed. For even their sons and their daughters, they have burnt in. Let me see. The whole point is that the heathens and their beliefs and their gods is just idols, and they're not doing anything in righteousness. So for you to follow anything pertaining unto the heathen and their ways of living life is all contrary to life itself. Proverbs chapter 8 says that all they that hate me love death. And if you hate Yahweh righteousness, you don't seek after it. It's a problem in most of our people's sight, and even across the whole world. With it, outside the circumcision, heavily, people have a hatred for righteousness. And that's why we got to continue to fight the good fight of faith, as the Lord said himself. Sirach chapter 17, verse 26. Turn again to Yahweh and turn away from iniquity. For he will lead thee out of darkness into the light of health, and hate thou abomination vehemently. And yo, you don't just hate it, you gotta vehemently hate it. And if I'm not mistaken, it means to have an intense hatred, an intense, a really strong hatred for abomination. Baba Kashab, if one of you brothers could get it, the definition for vehemently. And it makes perfect sense. Because like it says in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, let me get it real quick. I don't want to butcher it too much. It's the perfect scripture that coincides with why you should hate this evil present world that we're in right now. This is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse, let me see if it's actually in chapter 7, just to be sure. Just to be sure. Is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7. Salakia, brothers, give me one moment. I have to get it. You know what? If I can't find it, I'm just gonna roughly paraphrase it. Basically, it's like the bewitching of naughtiness in the Wisdom of Solomon book. The bewitching of knowledge, the bewitching of naughtiness, or something to that effect. Basically, if we continue to be in this world, we will find ourselves justifying wickedness. That's how evil this current world is. It's only rotten and getting more rotten. And that's why we have to continue to work for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, so that we don't get ourselves caught up in the wickedness of this current world, which is only it's gonna get destroyed. We have to keep reminding ourselves of that. This society is going to be destroyed. It's not gonna go on forever, just like in ancient Rome, and I'm pretty sure in other societies as well, but particularly in ancient Rome, most Romans and even non-Roman citizens believed in their mind that Rome was going to continue on forever. This was actually in their mind. And guess what? They've been bamboozled. Completely bamboozled. You know what? I can't find it. Oh, hey, Thawada, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. I got it. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 10. He pleased Yahweh and was beloved of him, so that living among sinners, he was translated. And that's exactly what we want to happen to ourselves and those that we love, those that we congregate with, that we get translated from this current flesh into the most Yapa, powerful, ever mighty, those living bodies, man. That's what we all strive for. And those are the things that we're gonna get if we continue to fight the good fight of faith. Let's keep going. Yea, speedily was he taken away, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his souls. Exactly. So if we continue on in this world and the way it is, and just allow things to happen as they are, and start to justify wickedness, that's when the Lord is going to find you easily prepared to be destroyed, because then you're justifying the wickedness. You think that it's okay to be an adulterer. It's okay to be a sodomite. It's okay to not worship Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's what's going to happen if you find yourself continuing to literally be a part of this world. And we can't do that. It's not good for your soul. It's not good for nothing. But what? The only good for something like that, someone who finds themselves completely just engrossed in this society, and they just stop being righteous, is you're just destined for death at that point. There's nothing good that's coming from your soul. For the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest, and the wandering of concupiscence doth undermine the simple mind. Yeah, you become beguiled, you've been easily deceived. I guess that's the right word for it. You've been bamboozled into thinking that wickedness is actually righteousness and that righteousness is actually wickedness. And Isaiah chapter 10 talks about that. How the wicked laws of this society have been uplifted, and then righteousness, anything that pertains to righteous and laws pertaining unto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, is looked upon as evil. And it's the same thing on a day-to-day basis. If you find yourself saying, oh no, this is okay, the Lord doesn't have a problem with it. Now the Lord has a problem with his transgressing his laws, statutes, and commandments. There's a problem with that. There's a heavy problem with that. And he gave no man no license to sin. So with that in mind, you better watch how you perceive certain things. And I'm speaking for myself as well. Always speaking for myself. Let me make that clear. All these videos that I do are for myself as well, and for the whole body, not just for me. Because we are one big family. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is definitely seeing that. No doubt about it. And I'm going to close out with your scriptures and the Water Brothers yet again. Sirach chapter 15, verse 13. Yahweh hateth all abomination, and they that fear Yahweh love it. Now, we hate everything about this world. The pride, the arrogancy, the fact that they think that they can just get away with doing a multitude of different sins and nothing has happened to them. And in their mind, before they go to sleep, they're like, yes, I got away with it. Nobody saw me. Nobody can do anything. Nah, the Lord is tallying up your destruction, you peon. He sees what you did. He just wants to see when, where, and how can he justify a very terrible death upon you. That's what it really comes down to. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, verse 23. For Yahweh created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Yes, exactly. And that's talking about the nation of Israel. We are created in his image. The book of Genesis talks about that. Verse 24. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. And that's exactly what happened in the Garden of Eden. They got beguiled by the serpent. The serpent said, here's some philosophies that you might like. Oh, you find yourself being subject unto a man. And we're talking about definitely Eve. We're talking about Eve getting beguiled, being deceitful, being a cunning, manipulative, just rat that serpent was, feeding our woman because he knew that he was the weaker vessel. She was the weaker vessel, Salakia. Giving all these customs and traditions of the heathen, and then turning a blind eye towards the law, statutes, commandments, and accepting the ways of the heathen. And that's how sin entered into the world, because of the deception of the devil himself. And that's why the Lord is justified in killing everybody in this world that doesn't believe in him, that doesn't trust in him, that doesn't know him. And all of this is going to come to a fault. And those who believe in him, that are supposed to be saved, predestined, by the way, from the very beginning, are going to be justified. And because of their justification, they're going to be saved and put in those chariots. And the whole part of this world, which is in Babylon the Great, especially here in the heart of Babylon, which is New York City, is going to be eviscerated. And the Lord is going to be completely justified in everything that he does. Everything that's going to happen in due time. So with that, I'm going to say, Kol Halayim, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I want to say Shalom to all you brothers and sisters, the Wadi Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, for adding to the edification. I'm going to close out right there and say, Adawan Ratazak. Either I'll be out there in the highways and hedges today or tomorrow. Yet again, let's continue to chant down Babylon the Great. And I say, Shalom.